Hey! It's your favorite friend, Ashley T. Brundage. And I have to tell you, I'm excited to make a huge announcement today. If anybody is looking at my social media, you might have noticed that I'm putting myself out there in a big way, and we're announcing our candidacy for the Florida State House of Representatives. And I have to tell you that I did not necessarily think that I was going to need to do this, but I've been a staunch advocate in the community, advocating for economic empowerment and small business entrepreneurship and bodily autonomy for people through the years. And I've been building great relationships in my community and beyond. But now's the time. I feel like that it's like all the stars are aligning, and we have to be focused on representation to make an impact. And it's about time that we cross off some lists in Florida. I know that oftentimes I go and speak around the world at conferences and events, and people talk about, you're from Florida? What are you doing? Why are you living in Florida? People say. And then I look at them and I'm like, well, I happen to actually enjoy Florida. And I have access to see my kids all the time and do fun stuff in Florida and go to Disney World in Florida. So why don't you leave Florida? People always talk about the politics are so bad in Florida. And I sit there and think, well, it's not that bad, or it shouldn't be that bad, because we have so many different types of people who live in Florida. And I would sit there and think, maybe someday someone from my community might be represented somewhere in Florida. And I've been waiting a long time, probably 15, 16 years, to see myself represented in the legislative body somewhere in a city, in a state, for a school board, for a land board, for a water board, for a police commission, for property appraiser, tax collector, you name it, any public official who has been elected. Not one of them ever in the state of Florida have ever been from my unique community. And I'm proud to be a proud out woman of transgender experience. I've worn a lot of labels through the years: advocacy, banker, financial investment advisor, registered investment advisor, teller, part time teller, homeless, advocate, president of the Chamber of Commerce, uh, member of the Florida. I was on the board of the Florida Museum of Photographic Arts. I have been a citizens member of the Tampa Bay Area Regional Transit Authority. I've done a lot of things. I've worn a lot of titles, but the biggest title that I've loved in my entire life of living is mom. And I have two amazing teenage young men, and I've been waiting for them to be young men, so that way, if I ever decided one day to also wear a title of candidate for the House of Representatives here in Florida, then I guess now's the time. Now's the time, because there is so much going on in this world, and we have to be represented. We have to have people represent us, and we need to be staunch advocates for marginalized identity groups. And this is that moment. This is that moment in time. So obviously, I'm going live on my social medias so we can make this announcement. We can't make an announcement like this without asking for your support. So I would ask you to go right to the QR code on the screen and make a donation to our campaign. This is a grassroots effort. And by grassroots, I truly mean grassroots, because we're going to be going to the people. and asking the people for their support on such a campaign. This is a winnable seat. So for those that are wondering, in publicity stunt of a politician that's going to try to flip a red seat blue that has no chance in winning, I hate to break it to you, but that's not the case. This is a case where we actually have a shot to win this seat. The Republican Party are going to be incredibly scared at our campaign because of our grassroots ability to build relationships with people around the community, around the state of Florida and beyond. So for those that do not live in the state of Florida, you can still click the link right down here and you can support our campaign, our grassroots efforts. Any amount is good, $5, $10, $25, you name it, whatever you can afford, please give it to the campaign. If you want to give more, please, and you can afford it, yes, please definitely give $100, $500, $250, $1,000. All of those work right here on this website. It's a legitimate website. We have a full operation, a full campaign team of advisors and partners. More than 10 people are working on this campaign already. And we're going to make a huge statement. We are going to scare some people big time who don't think that people like me belong in politics. But I can tell you, as an economic empowerment engine, I do belong in politics. As someone who has been advocating for historically marginalized identity groups, I do belong in politics. As someone who has a voice that is so dangerous that I scared the ability to let me speak in front of the state of Florida body of legislators who were there for the Florida Commission on the Status of Women when I won their Community Spirit Award. By the way, show and tell, I actually have that award right here. The Community Spirit Award is right here from the Florida Commission on the Status of Women. Okay, I won this award. They stopped the luncheon and stopped letting the women speak so that way I wouldn't speak. They muted 6 other women so I wouldn't say anything at their luncheon. That's how afraid of what I have to say they are afraid. So I have to tell you that in this moment, you have the opportunity to support a groundbreaking effort where we're going to make a huge impact. You want to know how much of an impact we're going to make? We're going to be able to use this amazing letter from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. We're going to use his words in the campaign with your donation. We're going to put his words on letters to the 32% of the people who live in Florida House District 65. We're going to be sending his words to the independents and the 38% of Republican households who live in this district. And we're going to tell them exactly what no one else wants to tell them. We're going to tell them that this is the moment in time that people who do work to impact other people, aka empowerment, people who impact other people are going to have the opportunity to drive impacts for people around the world. And this is that moment. So Ron DeSantis called me a community leader, an activist, an advocate for women and children in Florida, a mentor and a positive role model and shining example. Okay, he said these things about me. So with your campaign donation, we're going to put that on a mailer and we're going to knock on doors and we're going to build relationships with the 65,000 people we need to say yes to Ashley on November 5th. And I have to tell you, on November 5th, there's going to be a lot of things on the ballot that people are going to be really passionate about. You know what they're going to be passionate about? They're going to be passionate about a pro-choice advocate who's been endorsed by LPAC. They're going to be passionate about our ability to campaign surrounding women's rights to choose, people who get pregnant's right to choose, other people who want to have bodily autonomy and have the government out of their own decision making. This is that moment. So if you were thinking that, wow, I don't know if I want to give to another campaign in this world because so many people run for office, and it's like, I don't know if they're actually going to do something. I hate to break it to you. If you thought that that was the case, that I'm going to be one of those people that's not going to do something, I'm going to do it. Okay. And I'm your friend, the one that decided to host a conference on a cruise ship, and people said that that wasn't going to be possible. And I've done that 2 years in a row. Third one's coming up in December. Help make that event our victory cruise. Okay. Because on November 5th, you're going to have the opportunity to say, oh, I supported the campaign. I supported Ashley Brundage because I know that she's going to be about progress for all people and all historically marginalized identity groups and people who do not have a voice. This is that moment. You can make an impact. Please definitely click the link below. Make a support to our campaign. We're going to be so excited to do that. Obviously, I've got lots of props. I've been involved in the community for a long time. You may have seen me. I've got a key to the city of Tampa here, in case you're wondering. I've won global awards for economic empowerment and visibility. I've run the ninth oldest crew of Gasparilla, the Cavaliers. I have a commendation from the city of Tampa. There's a proclamation here in my backdrop from Hillsborough County. Let's see. I was one of the most powerful people in business here for the Tampa Bay Business Journal. I've won Businesswoman of the Year. I've been the St. Pete Pride Grand Marshal. I've done so many community things. I was on the board of the first ever statewide organization called Transaction Florida. We actually worked and chose to merge Transaction Florida with Equality Florida. I've been a passionate volunteer. I probably raised more than $1 million for Equality Florida from getting my employer involved in their efforts at the time when I used to be a bank executive. This is serious. This is a serious opportunity for you to get involved in a real grassroots efforts. We only have to flip 3 seats in the state of Florida House of Representatives to circumvent the supermajority that exists right this moment. Only 3 seats, literally just 3 seats. And by flipping 3 seats, this is the opportunity that we have to actually have conversations about legislation versus just doing whatever the Republican Party wants. In order to have a body of government that reflects all the people of a great diverse state, this is an opportunity that we can actually flip a seat that is 32% independent, non-party affiliated group of people, 32%. So if you were wondering about a transient district and you were thinking, oh, it's going to be like a, 70% Republican. No, this district is 38% Republican, 32% independent, and 31% Democratic. So it's a winnable seat. We can win this seat back in hands. It has not been won since 2012 because in a lot of ways, we haven't had the kind of advocacy work needed to win in Florida, but now we have it. We have it because we've recruited a top level candidate like myself. I did not know that this was going to happen until a few weeks ago when we started chatting. I've been building relationships with statewide organizations like Roosless, and I'm hoping to get their endorsement in a huge press release in a few weeks because I'm going through the process to apply for that. I've applied for the Victory Fund endorsement nationally. We're working with national organizations to get the imprint out because this is that important. So if you have some comments or questions for me before we drop off the live, please go to the chat right now and leave a comment. If you're watching on Instagram, please go ahead and feel free. I'm checking the comment log for Instagram as well. You can leave it in the chat, and I can highlight you in the live stream as well, which I'm sure will be fun. What else? In case somebody does have a question for why am I running? If you missed that already, I would think it's pretty obvious why I'm running. I'm running for, obviously, visibility is very important, but we have three very important campaign priorities. Campaign priority number one is that we want to lower the cost of insurance for real people and real families in Florida. I literally just bought a few months ago, I bought the insurance policy, and then last month I renewed said insurance policy for car insurance. And my heart hit a palpitation moment. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like maybe I need to like host an online fundraiser just for insurance because it's so expensive. And why is it so expensive? Well, because your Florida state legislative body hasn't done anything about it. They're going to tell you that they passed a bill this session earlier this year that is going to help to lower the cost of insurance for families, but that's not true. Okay, FYI, that's not true. There's no way that that's going to be felt for at least 10 years, if not ever. And honestly, it's they've been shielding you from the real issues in the state House of Representatives in Tallahassee. They've been shielding you by having conversations about culture wars so that way they can collect all the money from all of the insurance companies and all the big companies who are out there that just check the campaign donation log for the person I'm running against, and you'll know exactly what the money is and who it's coming from, and it's all big corporations. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm here to speak truth to power. This is that moment, okay? So this is our number one campaign priority and promise to you. We're going to work to lower the cost of insurance because it's out of control in Florida. It is, in most cases, there's no competition for some types of insurance that you try to get. Our second promise is to work on and to support and to actually legislate towards not legislating against people's right to choose whatever it is that they want to choose for their own bodily autonomy. The government shouldn't be in a position by taking positions for people's choice to do whatever it is that they want to do to their body, their own body, when they don't want to harm other things. Okay, they've been having lots of culture war conversations about DEI, about African American education. Okay, they've been talking about LGBTQI plus rights and a lot of talk about transgender rights when none of them are from that community. Well, it's time we stop that. We have to be represented by all the people. There's 22 million people who live in Florida, which means that there has to be more than 200,000 transgender people who live in Florida. And you're going to tell me that there hasn't been not one person ever elected and no one who's been an equal to them. So that's why we're on the menu. So help stop making people like me on the menu and use the QR code below, right over here, right? And make a donation to our campaign. Any amount works. We're super excited to have you involved in the campaign. And send us a message. Follow our new social media sites. Next time we go live, we'll make sure we have them plugged in here. I just had to get out here because today is day one and we've been on the news already. If you are in Tampa Bay area, tonight at 5 o'clock on Fox 13 News, definitely tune in. You'll see me with Evan Axelbank talking about the real issues affecting real people, not made up organizations, okay, that are funding politicians. Because the real issues behind who runs for political office is about the historical issue here. People, everyday people can't run for office. Everyday people can't typically run for office because guess how much I'm going to end up making being your elected representative for the state of Florida? $29,900. And if you're going to sit here and tell me that anyone can survive below the poverty level at $29,900, you've got another thing coming. So obviously the people who typically get elected come from generational wealth or are already bought and paid for by some organization that does not always have your best interest in mind. They might have their profits in mind. They might have other things in mind, but think about how that actually impacts real people every day. Real people need a real person to elect to represent them. So your support means everything in the world to me. I can't wait to do that. And I did say there were 3 campaign promises, but when I say bodily autonomy, I'm saying it's bodily autonomy across the board. It's your access to reproductive rights. It's your access to whatever it is that you want to do to care for your own medical needs, including recreational marijuana. Okay, because that's on the ballot also. And then also, yes, of course, it's LGBTQ care for people. That's part of the reproductive rights, bodily autonomy, your body, your choice. Get the government out of that. Have the government work on ways to fund other resources to support people who really need it. Like my 3rd campaign promise, which is economic empowerment for small businesses and entrepreneurs. I built an economic empowerment program that grew entrepreneurship by more than 400% for the National LGBT Chamber of Commerce. So I'm no stranger to economic empowerment for small business entrepreneurs. I run a small business, so I know exactly what that takes. And this is why I'm running for office. I'm running for office to make an impact. I'm running for office to be visible. I'm running for office because this is that moment in time where we can make an impact. So I'm going to see if there are any questions. But before I wrap up here in a moment, I want you to take a moment. Obviously, if you haven't yet scanned the QR code, please definitely do that because we totally need your support. This is not a scenario where I'm going to be having a lot of big corporations backing me. I'm going to be scaring them a little bit. Hopefully not too much because, obviously the marketplace is here. And it's all about how we can work together. And I'm willing to work with anybody. And I'm still waiting for Ron DeSantis to meet with me and talk about the real issues, right? I mean, I got this amazing letter from him, yes, and that's great that he congratulates me for all my success and continued hard work. Yes, that's true. Okay, I'm not making that up. I have that letter. It's real. Okay. And this is part of why I've been convinced to run. But this is that moment in time. We need you. We need your support. We have a team of people. We're gonna work our butts off to showcase why this is a campaign that's worth fighting for. I'm telling you right now, this is the campaign worth fighting for. Yeah, hopefully you can hear it in my heart and you can see it in the need on why we have to work together. But this is that moment. If you were looking for the moment, okay, you found it. And I'm super honored to be chosen by people. People came to me and said, will you run? People came to me and said that. Not an organization, not a corporation. People approached me and asked me to run over and over and over again. Okay. And I'm thinking about in historic moments in history. Harvey Milk comes to mind. In fact, as I put my Ron DeSantis award letter back on its the bottom shelf, okay, he got shelved, okay. The Ron DeSantis award letter got shelved. Wait, I do have a couple more show and tell things. Here's my the Businesswoman of the Year award. Yes, that's true. Also, there's one more show and tell thing that I want to share before I sign off. For those of you that know, I'm a big Harvey Milk fan, and his run for office was something that really changed the way that people talked about gay people. And in this moment, I want you to think about that moment when Harvey Milk talked about the fact that gay people are your teachers, your post people, your lawyers, your pediatrician, your doctor. Gay people work in all those positions. Well, guess what? Transgender people work in all those positions too. This is that moment. And you know who my Anita Bryant is? We already talked about him. Ron DeSantis is my version of Anita Bryant. Okay. You were looking for the campaign to get behind. This is it. This is the moment in time where you can say that you supported a candidate that was creating a cataclysmic event that's going to scare the Republican Party. I was a Republican. I'm not afraid to admit it. I was a Republican for 30 years, raised in a Republican family. I had dinner 2 weeks ago with my family members, and I told them that I was going to be running for office. And their first question was, "What party are you going to be running for?" The sheer fact that they thought that I could run as a Republican would be, I don't know. I mean, I'm smart enough to go into the Republican Party bylaws and read them. I challenge you to go to the Republican Party bylaws and read them, because you're going to see something that maybe you don't see every day. But if you read the bylaws, you're going to learn a lot about the Republican Party and what their plan is and what their mission is. Okay. I'm not saying don't be a Republican. I'm saying at the end of the day, know the organization that you've aligned yourself with. Read the bylaws. The bylaws never lie. The bylaws never lie. People lie. Okay. People lie all the time. Okay. Lies sometimes are what build things together. We all know this. Okay. People lie. Okay. But the bylaws don't lie. So go and read the bylaws for the Republican Party, and you will learn everything you need to know about their mission and how it relates to actual real people. Okay. Real people are affected every day when elected representatives have conversations about other people's lives and their ability to just exist and live them. I'm not kidding. This is a real situation. And I'm so proud to be in this position, to have grown my business to the point where I could sustain a house run. Okay. And we're not running for the United States Congress. Okay. We're only running for the State House of Representatives. And I say only because we've never elected someone from my community anywhere in Florida. Anywhere in Florida. So this is a moment where you're going to be a part of something that's transformational. It's historic. It's literally living history happening right now, and you're contributing towards it. So a huge thank you to all the people that are clicking the QR link. Each time you click it, definitely go into our website, read our promise, support the campaign, make a donation. It's so instrumental because I don't have powerful organizations writing checks that are going to be supporting our campaign. They're scared. They're going to be scared. Okay. But I want to work with them. Okay. Just not for them. I did that. I worked for them for 12 years. Okay. 11 years. Okay. I did that. And I learned a lot. Okay. I advised the PAC. Okay. For a huge bank. Right. I had conversations on giving and looked at the PAC giving numbers. I've done that. Had that conversation, right? And in many organizations, especially in the financial services industry, right, it's like 90% Republican giving and 10% Democratic giving. That doesn't represent the people. Okay, it's important you put your money towards organizations and things that are going to be connected to representing the people. We the people. This is that moment. I really appreciate all the time for those that have been watching. If you want to learn more, obviously you can click this button right here. You can go right on the campaign site. Visit ashleybrundage.com. ashleybrundage.com. I couldn't have made that any easier for you all. And yes, I bought that domain years ago. Okay. It was a little bit of foreshadowing. And yes, she was ready. She did that years ago. She bought AshleyBrundage.com. I've been thinking about running for office for a long time. I just had a lot of really good reasons to say no. And now I only needed one really good reason to say yes. So please contact me if you ever want to get in contact with me. You can call my phone number. Okay, I'm gonna give it out right now on the live stream. Okay, I'm that serious about being an advocate for the people. It's a U.S. number, so it starts with 1. Okay, 813-731-1302. If you have a question about my position, if you have a question about what we're using our money for, if you have a question about any of my 3 main campaign principles, if you want to add another campaign principle, if you want to talk about those campaign principles, I will make myself available for you. Call me, text me, whatever it is that you want to do, you are free to always contact me. If I don't answer, leave a message. If I don't answer, text me. Texting me is probably going to be the fastest way to get me on that phone. Text me. And then if you want to set up time, I'll send you my calendar link. And then you can book time right on my calendar. Okay, because I'm going to be representing actual people in the district for South Tampa. Out of all the counties in Florida, Hillsborough County is a Democratic stronghold. But this seat, which includes just people in Hillsborough County, has not been voting blue since 2012. That's the last time that this seat was elected, this state rep seat elected someone who was a Democrat. We can change that together because we know the messaging is about people. 32% of the people are independent voters in this district. So your money is going to go to a seat that is winnable. Okay, the Republicans are going to be scared and they're going to write a blank check. It's going to be a blank check to the Republican Party. They're going to be able to spend as much money as they want to try to defeat someone like me. They're going to run television attack ads against me, okay, because they don't want my voice in Tallahassee. But I know that collectively, the people that I'm connected to, and then everyone right now that has clicked the button to share the live stream, I hope that you've been doing that. I hope you're sharing this with other people so they see it, okay? Because this is that opportunity again that you have. I'm telling you right now, and we had some comments on Instagram. I missed them. Talking with Alexander said, as a person who has several family members and friends who live in Florida, they'll send them like the campaign and encourage them to vote for me. Keep up the fight for equality. Thank you. You know, this is about the people, and I'm not kidding. Okay, it's really about the people. We're gonna go live next week again, and I'll give you the update of where we are. This is that moment. We need your support. So please definitely take a moment. Click in the, you know, this is so easy. You pull out one of your, you know, maybe you have a campaign phone and maybe you have another phone. I don't know how many phones you have to have, but take them all out. Okay, take all the phones out and pull out your camera. Turn on your camera, right? Point it right at the thing. Okay, we can do it together. Okay, it's that easy. Okay, you turn the camera on, you point it right at the screen, and a little thing should pop up, and it should say, "Oh, open." In case, see, in my case, it says "Open in Chrome." Look, it's transparent. Okay, things are really transparent here at the Ashley Brundage for Florida State House campaign team. And the campaign team is here. They're all here. They're just behind the scenes. It's not just Ashley, I swear. Okay, you want to know who all the other people are? We have some awesome people involved. For those that know politics, we have Blue Velocity is involved. There are campaign general strategists and general consultants. Okay, Blue Velocity, Madeline Blackburn and Steve. We have some of the best political minds working on this campaign. I'm not going to be a person that knows everything in the entire world. All right, we have to surround ourselves with other people who are experts in this space. Jonathan Brill and Maya Brown are our financial consultants, and they're managing all the finances. So if you're going to give here on this link, you can only give up to $1,000. Okay. If you want to give more, send me a note, text me 813-731-1302. We will set up time to talk about your campaign contribution. If you want to give more than $1,000, we also have a political committee that we're partnering with. Our political committee is called Transforming Florida. Okay, and if you want to work with the political committee, I highly recommend you work with that political committee, because they're going to help to work to transform Florida to an organization in a state that actually works together with Republicans and Democrats, because the independents are the secret sauce in Florida. And I'm all for having a conversation with people across all political lines. We're not just going after Democrats. We're going after Republicans. We're going after independents. We're going after Tea Party, Green Party, Independent Party. You name it. We want you all along this fight, because we're here for all of Florida. All right. So that's it. That's it. I don't think I have any other secret announcements. But I do hope that you tune in tonight on Fox 13, local Tampa Bay news for those in Tampa. If you don't have access to Fox 13, you can actually go to their website to watch. We're also going to be in a loop today on Bay News 9. They'll be sharing actually video of me over the last 3 months on Bay News 9 as a political consultant. Because I've been talking to them about the anti-DEI bills and anti-DEI efforts. But you can type my name in on Google. You'll see me on Politico this morning, 7 a.m. The email went out and my phone started ringing at 7 a.m. this morning, which has been fun. And then we had a huge exclusive interview with the Floridian paper today. One of my favorite things from that article today, which was really fun, if you haven't read it, the Floridian, definitely type it in. And I was pretty excited that I was asked the question, the ultimate question, because I was a DEI educator for 60,000 employees at one time. Apparently, it's been part of the controversial efforts of the governor and the team, the Republican Party team, to eliminate DEI. Eliminate DEI from universities. In fact, I was at a procurement event a couple weeks ago, and I met with the University of Florida procurement team. And they told me that the entire DEI team was let go at the University of Florida. I thought we were about job creation, right? Oh, but job elimination in relation to DEI. And for those that are watching, you don't know, DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Okay, diversity, equity, inclusion is not a bad thing. So I was asked about that in an article today. Okay, about the controversial to eliminate DEI during DeSantis that DeSantis has been working on. So Ashley's response, if you're ready, this is a fun one. This was my favorite quote, and then this is the one I'll leave you with today, because I keep saying I'm leaving you, but you all keep clicking the campaign donation link, so I feel like my time is very valuable, and you're making it more valuable by being here. I think that DEI programs are essential for the success of all Floridians, because diversity is the presence of differences that make us each unique. I said, she said, reiterating her belief in DEI's importance. And then I said, in quotes, the estimated 21.5 million people in Florida are all different. So a program that helps us learn about our differences and connect us to be more productive as people is exactly what every elected official should ever want for their constituents. The first elected official that tells you that they don't want that for their constituents is the last elected official that you should ever support, vote, or give money towards. DEI is literally a program that connects people through differences to drive them to be more productive. What in the world is scary about that? Oh, think about that answer. Okay, because the answer to that question is exactly why you should be supporting our campaign, regardless of where you live. I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, wait a minute, my show and tell is not over with yet. For those that know me, one of the funny things that I like to do, because this world is very hard. Okay, let's not kid ourselves. I've gone to check into a hotel in a state that has some of the most inclusive laws out of any of the states in the United States of America, Illinois. I've gone to check into a hotel in Illinois and been as a part of a group block for an event to check into a hotel in Illinois and was told there are no rooms for me in the hotel. That happened in Illinois. I've gone out to a restaurant, bar, nightclubs in New York City, Manhattan, the most inclusive place in the entire world, right? If an alien landed on our planet, and they said, take me to your capital, they would probably automatically go to New York City, okay? And I've gone out to places there and been denied access, okay, with it being 20 degrees outside in a light jacket, been denied access because of who I am. I've gone to eat at restaurants and sat down in restaurants and not been served. I've been in a line in a sandwich shop and not been served. These are things that have actually happened to me. Okay, I've lived without owning or having rented a home. Okay, squatted illegally in houses as a homeless person. Okay, I've experienced social economic class different levels 7 times. I transitioned my social economic class level 7 times in my years on this planet. Okay, this is why I'm running for office. I'm running for office because I've experienced all these things, and your state legislative body needs to be represented that. So if you are not living in Florida, yes, we still want you to support our campaign because you could be part of the reason and catalyst. It could be your way of getting your own microphone, because I'm going to be your microphone. I'm going to be your microphone. You know how scared they are about having me in the legislative body room? Do you know that when I get elected on November 5th, I'm going to end up sitting in the House of Representatives, and the first ever Black queer woman is going to be sitting right behind me. We're going to be sitting right next to each other. Okay? It'll be Ashley Brundage and Michelle Rayner right behind me. Okay? That we're literally going to have the queer wing of the state House of Representatives. We're going to have every single moment. This is that moment. I'm so honored to have your campaign support. I'm honored to be a part of this journey and this mission. I'm honored to have you involved. I can't thank you all enough for being engaged on our platform and connecting and donating. I'm so honored, and I'm really serious. If you're one of the people that were just calling me, because there were those that heard my phone ringing, okay, thank you for calling me. I swear I'll get back. Send me a text message, 813-731-1302. You can totally call me anytime, okay? And I promise, I will get back to every call in the order in which they were received. Okay? And maybe that sounds like it's a, like I'm a call center or something, but I'm really confident that we're going to work together and we're going to win this. We're going to win this not just for me. We're going to win this for all the people who have been historically marginalized. We're going to win this for reproductive rights. We're going to win this to lower the cost of insurance. We're going to win this for economic empowerment for people and small business owners. We're going to win this for that reason. and it's going to be grassroots because you got involved. I can't thank you all enough. Send me a message, share this live stream on your social media so everyone knows that you contributed to one of the most historic campaigns ever. You contributed to one of the most historic campaigns ever. You created a landmark effect for people. You did that just by scanning the QR code right here. Together we can do that. I'm going to put all of my efforts into being there and being supportive. Every single week, we will do this live stream and update you every single week. We're going to be so transparent that no one will ever be able to question anything that we've done. Every week, we're going to do a live stream and we're going to share exactly where we are, how we're doing, and we're going to ask you for help. We might ask you to donate every week. I'm just throwing that out there just so that way you're not surprised. Okay. But that's what's needed. It's what's needed. It's what's needed because in this moment, we can all make a difference. Okay. This is the process. I'm so honored and so excited to be a part of this. Thank you so much for all your help and your support. And send me a message. Call me, text me. You can also email me if you're a big email person. My email is ashley@ashleybrundage.com. And it can't get much more easier than that. Ashley@ashleybrundage.com. It's not hard. We're all about this. We're all about being transparent. We're all about being a partner. We're about connecting you. I've been saying this, right? But I want to make sure it's not lost. This is a moment in time, and I'm honored to have been chosen, and I'm honored to have been asked by so many people to run for office. I would not have made this decision if it was just me. Okay. I made this decision because of you and because of all the people who have said they wanted me to run for office and they want me to be involved and they want me to bring some sensibility to Tallahassee. I'm so honored. I'm so excited. Send me a note, text me, call me. We're ready. And I'm going to see you all next week. Next week, we'll give you an update. We'll go live again. And it's going to be a blast. It's going to be an absolute blast. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Cannot wait till we actually get a chance to debate. I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to do that. I'm ready to be in that moment. Pretty excited. Anything else you need, you know how to contact me. 813-731-1302. It's that easy. We're ready. Ashley Brundage for Florida. Trying to think if there's anything else I should share. I feel like I've shared a lot in this stream. But thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being involved. Thank you for showing up. We've had hundreds of people in our stream on various platforms. Thanks for those of you that have been scanning the QR code. It means a lot to me because I know that resources are limited. So any amount that you donate to the campaign is amazing. Even if you were like, oh, I don't know, I only have $5, donate $5 because this is a grassroots effort. So we're going to show a huge list of people who are involved. We're going to show them that this is what the people want. We're ready. So I will talk to you all next week. And I'll probably try to do a little bit better job of communicating when I'm going to do that. But obviously we're waiting for the campaign announcement to come out this morning. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it with your help and your support because it's what you asked for. All right. I appreciate everyone so very much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been an honor, and I hope to talk to you all soon. Thanks again. Oh, and one more call out to comment on Instagram. Someone said I'm going to drag the competitor down. Thank you, Jose. Appreciate you. Oh, I'll see you all next week. Okay.